am a lifelong learner. I love to learn. So I really take advantage of the different offerings of Chief. There's so many different webinars and stuff that you can do. I've kind of learned that, you may not be able to do everything, but a lot of things are recorded and you can just go back and look at it during the time that works for you if you can't join. But I do encourage folks to join actively because you can connect with a lot of people during that time as well. But I would say for me, like I try to go to the clubhouse maybe once a month if I can. I live far away from San Francisco, so but I do make the commute, and every time I've gone to the clubhouse, it's been worth it because I've made some kind of connection or I've had some kind of
Mm,
experience. And I know we've talked about all the professional stuff, but I will say there's just a lot of fun too. Like I
yeah.
got an opportunity to go and to Sonoma, wine tasting with a group of executive women all over the Bay Area. And we were talking about a lovely subject called menopause and perimenopause.
Also another
And
panel.
yeah, that's another panel. So great things, like, and then for me, I also just kind of, I try to participate in things like I recently did. They had a Diwali celebration, so I went to
Mm,
that, and that was so fun. I was out there doing Bollywood dancing, and
yeah.
it was great. And then for me, like, I just try to like leverage, some of the educational things because I am a lifelong learner. Like I participated in the nonprofit board education certification, so I did that. That's on my vision board to eventually do. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of that. But what I would encourage folks is that look around. Like I look at that app, the Chief app, and just try
Hmm.
to see what's coming up. So maybe I can join, maybe I can't. But one of the things I have found is that maybe one of the friends that I have made, in Chief is going and I can't go, but I can learn from them, like how did it go, or let them know. Like one of my core members, she was like, "How did you know about that?" I'm like, "It's on the app." Like, and I'm like literally showing her. And so I was like, if I come across something, I'll let you know, right? And so I think it's just a matter of be intentional, right?
Yeah.
There's so much out there to learn and participate in. And I'm going to Chief X this week. So I'm
Yes.
excited to be able to
See you
do that
there.
in person. But I think on a month-to-month basis, it does vary, but I think it's just staying up to date. Like look at what's upcoming and putting it on your calendar. If you can't go, fine, but like make an effort to do because I really feel like you gain those connections and you also gain both, the professional but also the fun part too, of the social experience as well.
Yeah. I mean, I find that the sort of like common thread is, business conversations or orienting towards business conversations of course, but it's all the 360 of like what women leaders are dealing with in life too, with your menopause comment or what, and and there's so many fun things to do together. It just actually feels really, you know, organic in that way. So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for that. Lisa, tell me a little bit how you've kind of woven it in and spend your time.
Yeah, so I try really hard to attend webinars that are completely outside of my knowledge base and my interest
Yeah,
base,
yeah.
right? Because what do you have to lose?
You're a lifelong
Now with your
learner
time?
too, just like Chanel. Yeah,
I am. And I
yeah.
have to tell you that I attended a webinar. They talked about licensing, and that's where I got the idea to license my AI. So not only did I build an AI out of inspiration from Chief Women, I've now licensed it out. And that all came from a webinar. I have another webinar that I attended on writing a book, and there was a chief woman who run classes on writing a book, and I'm finishing a book called Rebuilding from the Rubble because that's exactly what I did.
Hmm.
It was a chief woman who inspired it. She's runs the classes, and your opportunities for your own personal growth, if you're open to it, are endless. You just have to make the time. So every week I try to attend something that is outside of my realm of knowledge base. Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's extraordinarily helpful, and other times it's just I get to meet other great women.
Yeah, yeah. I love that because again, speaks a little bit about the engagement. It takes two, elements. We have to bring that sort of menu together and have all the right things that kind of spark to you, and then you doing the spark and actually participating. I think it's just it works the best.
Allison, I wasted the first couple of years that I was in chief because I did not take the initiative to engage. And then I left
Yeah.
chief and I came back at a time when it was not easy to financially afford it. It was
Yeah.
the best investment I made, but the biggest difference was I also took the time to invest in chief. It truly is, you
Yeah.
get out of it what you put into it.
Yeah. I hear that. I think that's, for us, and I appreciate that. I want to have as many doors open to where, and look, we're all busy. People are, and the signing time. And then and this is, I would do this, which is like investment of X, Y amount of experiences. And then you do the math and, figure out. But the truth is, and you can talk yourself out of going to, or I'll speak for myself, I can talk yourself out of going to anything.
Yeah,
And the idea of showing up in the clubhouse but the environments are welcoming.
yeah,
And that is really helpful too, is that it's, I think because and then it becomes like something that you can kind of toggle in with. And I think that's, it's like anything, building a habit in that way.
mhm,
Mhm.
But what I've seen and what I experienced myself is that the return happens. You step your foot across the precipice, whether it's in a virtual meeting or at the clubhouse or going to a Chief X event or, going to meet up at South by or wherever. Step your foot over the threshold and then it comes and grabs you. And
yeah.
I love that. The worst thing is when you step your foot over the threshold and there's no one there.